Guess who's back? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an episode of Smoke Sessions. We had our fill-in last week with my brother. As you're probably aware, this wasn't Muhsin, it was a slightly darker individual with slightly longer hair.
Bigger penis.
I'm not too sure about that, I've never seen it. Muhsin, over to you.
First of all, I think it's disgusting that you've never seen your brother's penis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Smoke Sessions podcast. You need to calm down. Today we are going to be discussing something very important. Something bigger than the law. Something bigger than you as an individual. Something that governs men all around the world, that stops us from becoming animals. For example, things that stop us from starting a podcast with our bare feet out on display. You dirty bastard.
My feet look nice.
No feet look nice.
My OnlyFans is different.
Yeah,
Most people don't like looking at feet. Some people love looking at feet.
There's a whole industry looking at feet.
Sabby loves feet.
Today, well, you just, well done. Right?
He'll say chest.
You might have to beep that bit.
Fair
But ask him first. Today we're going to be talking about men code or bro code or anything surrounding that topic.
Bro code is within a men's code though, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
Bro
yes.
code is a separate thing.
A good
Men
example.
code.
A good example. We don't have to necessarily talk about this one straight away. For example, a bro code would be you don't shag your friend's ex. It's like no one has to say it.
Yeah.
You already disagree.
You break up with them, Viraj adds them to the list.
Yes. Oh, they're back available.
Available.
Right, it's free
Let
transfer.
me see what they're doing this weekend for a coffee.
Viraj, do you not agree with the most standard bro code of all time?
If the feeling's there, the feeling's there.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
I mean,
Or the feeling of wanting to have sex with them?
No.
Then what? Then develop a relationship?
Yes.
That's even further against it. That's even worse. Would you rather someone like your one of your best mates date your ex?
But
or
I
just
am
fuck
never, ever,
They just have sex with them.
ever going to find someone. Ever, no one ever is going to walk into it. I'm going to see this shit. I'm going to be like, right, this is, I'm fucked. No, I agree. I do agree with it to an extent.
To an extent.
I think there are certain parts of it where there's this, like we talk about this code, yeah, and that governs the way that we interact with our fellow man. And I sit here and I go, yes, I agree to an extent because at some point, you know, there's an internal feeling that takes over, right? There is. So you can't just abide by the code because you might be missing out on something that could fulfill the gap in your life.
And this, Viraj, do you know what this is called? It's called self-control. Okay. Yeah?
I will cut your willy off.
It's called
I swear to God.
self-control or you're getting banged in the face.
What?
I mean, I wouldn't do it to any of your previous ones.
You know what the
But
problem
this is what we're talking about.
Based on your previous ones, I wouldn't.
I've said this to you a million times. If you ever go into a relationship that lasts longer than 8 months, you will feel very differently. So differently about
Get her on the podcast,
everything.
We'll talk to her about it.
You won't want her on the podcast. You won't want to ever speak to her. And by the way, to answer your question, I would much rather my friend sleep with my ex than to have a full-blown relationship with her. Because that's even more betrayal.
It's
Both are terrible. Both are terrible.
Both are really bad.
Yeah.
But the other one, the dating means they're talking.
Yes.
And during, they're both thinking about you. It doesn't matter what's going on. You have come up in their thoughts. And they both actively...
Disregarded it.
We know the other thing can be like a moment of pure weakness. Yeah? You're weak as a man. You're a piece of shit.
Yes.
And you can fuck off. Yeah? But the other one is like you're manifesting evil inside you.
Yes.
You're chatting. You're going, hey, do you want to meet up for... Like, there's development to it. Yeah? Development to lead up to the sin.
Why do you look so shocked about this?
I don't know. I've just never looked at it like the way you're explaining it.
But this is what it is.
It's painful.
It's painful.
That's such a
It
betrayal.
would be a horrible thing to see.
Oh my God. He 100%
Because it's not about them. It's about the friend. It's about the betrayal.
I do think it's a little too close to home. Yeah. No, it is too close to home.
Viraj is
No, I'm wrong here.
Viraj
Don't
is
listen
the type
to
of
me.
guy.
Don't
like,
listen to me. Don't listen to me. This is stupid.
Viraj is the type of guy who'd be like, Muhsin, so I'm sleeping with your ex. However, I appreciate that you had her first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set her up as an NFT. So you always have a portion of ownership over her. In which case, when I sell it on, you still receive dividends in the smart contract.
Which comes in the form of a blowjob.
It comes in the form of a JPEG. And money in your account. Wait, that's slavery. That's not right. That's not right. Don't do that. No, we're not doing that, Brad. At some point during that sentence, it sounded really good, and then I was like, no, hold on a minute.
Do you reckon that's how the slave trade started in the United States? Wait, this is slavery. Oh, fuck,
No,
I
it's
guess
just
it
an
is.
NFT.
Bro,
Trust
it's
me.
the same thing, just on paper.
It's not
They had a
it's
ledger,
not
they had a
slave.
wallet of it all.
It's non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, because
Oh, that's even
every
worse.
one is unique. But let's bring it back to bro
That's
code.
even worse.
What?
Can we cut that bit out?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have to. Why is it called bro code and why not main code? Because bro code is the one that sits under.
Bro code that's bro code. Man codes are different.
Okay, so explain to me
It's
the
man
difference.
codes.
Obviously, I don't spend enough time.
So
around
stuff
there.
that's stuff like man codes opens up. Bro code is within man code.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a bullet
I'd
point.
say so.
Okay.
Yeah, but then there's other things in man code. Don't cheat on your barber.
Yes, don't cheat on
But
your
what
barber.
if your barber?
Not that that's a problem for you.
No.
Yeah.
However, I have cheated on all of my barbers. Maybe that's why I am ended up like this. But what if your barber isn't doing it for you?
You can break up with your barber.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
You can definitely
But
break up.
if you regularly go into your barber and then you switch for a bit, like if your barber caught you in another barber shop,
Oh, it's so. Oh my god, the pain.
This is why I go to barbers.
they're
in
not talking
completely
to you
different
when you're in the
areas.
chair anymore. That's it. They might not cut your hair.
I had a barber.
Actually, I disagree. I think they're going to take your money either way.
I had my old barber caught me cheating
Really?
because it was like
Tell me about this adventure.
I sat on his chair and he goes, "Oh, so you haven't been here for a while?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, man. I've been like busy and stuff." And he goes, "Yeah, I saw your last haircut and I knew straight away it wasn't mine." And I showed the other barbers and I was like, "This isn't my haircut." He could tell.
He felt betrayed.
He could tell from the styling
How
of
did
it.
that feel for you?
Huh?
How did you feel?
We've broken up now, amicably.
My old barber broke up with me.
How does that work?
He's just a bellend and decided like it was the one from uni, and then he started doing call outs for the lockdown, and then he just decided to just not show up anymore. Bellend.
If he watches this,
I like honestly, I had bad love for him, but he took me for a dig.
I have a great relationship with my current barber. It's his shop.
Same.
He's awesome. Shout out Menspire Epsom. Awesome stuff. The guys there will love it. Because they actually watch the podcast. That genuinely pops up on
Same
their
at
feed.
Ishmael. Shout out Ishmael's big up Zish.
Yeah, Zish.
shout
amazing
out
guy
Dab,
as well.
sis, for shouting out.
Right? But what I like about him is that it's like I get in the chair and it's like having a chat with like one of you two.
I thought you were about to say I sit in the chair and they know exactly what to do, as if like you're not just gonna say just shave it off.
Does it make you feel special by spinning you around like a princess?
Do you think they spin him around and just hold the razor so it's like an apple being skinned?
And we're done.
I think one time he put his finger on my head as family ran and I was just like, what's going on right now?
How is that keeping you balanced? As if like that's the bearing.
That was for him.
I
was
had a pissed. And then I found out I found out his age, and he's like my age, and I was like, wow. And he's like, how old are you? And I was like, we're the same age. And he goes, dude, I thought you were like 32. I was like, I get that a lot.
It's weird when your barber's younger than you.
Yeah.
No, one of the barbers in Ishmael's cut my hair as well, and yeah, he was safe. He watches the podcast.
Really? Shout out.
Big up Moss.
I was in a Turkish barber's once at uni. I was desperate for a haircut. And Turkish barbers, they're not the one, innit? It's more flash than actual substance. Like, they'll give you a hot towel massage that doesn't feel good, just so they can justify the terrible haircut, right? And they're just slagging off the customers in Turkish the entire time, and I'm just listening to all of it, right? And there was this really young kid working there, must have been like 15, and the guy who was cutting my hair, and he goes, "You see this boy? He learned to cut hair in 6 weeks." And I was like, no, he didn't.
He might have. Can he do it good though? That's a different story.
I could learn to cut it in 5 minutes if you really want me to, you know.
Or you'd be the worst barber ever.
I'd make a terrible barber. No one would get what they want.
So bad. Like, I feel like I've had enough fades to do a shit fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, to give someone a shit fade.
I can't even give you a bad fade.
don't even
I could
think of
injure
it.
you. Genuinely, I think I'd send someone to the hospital easily.
I can give you a straight up cutthroat.
What do you mean?
I'm alright, thanks.
You know the.
I'm joking.
Oh,
I can do that,
That's
easy
pretty
money.
cool.
Absolutely, or I can give you a proper blade, like with the Gillette. I can do that. I can do that for you, no qualms.
Don't you shave your entire body like once a month or something?
Nah, it's like once every 3 days.
Your entire body?
From my eyebrows, not from my eyebrows. From my beard down, there's nothing.
really?
Yeah.
There's
Would you like to
hair
see?
in your
How long does that take?
Takes about 2 minutes.
Oh, that's quick.
I have a process. I bought a £500 electric razor for a reason.
Jesus Christ.
What is another man code that's interesting is when you get in disagreements with your fellow man, what is protocol for what you need to do? Because we've been in disagreements and I always find it's never do it over text, one, but when we do it, it's just say it as it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Just be like, look.
I always say it how it is. I say it
just
straight away.
Give it to what it needs to be. If you don't like something, say it.
You know what's interesting? You know when two powerhouse countries get into a dispute and a conflict and they both have nuclear weapons, right? Now, they both have the nuclear weapons as a form of self-defense, but there's a gentleman's agreement and laws that you don't use them. And that's the same thing, generally speaking, with men and their ability to inflict physical violence on each other.
But also to
like
bring
it's
up
like
the past.
we both know we can do this to each other, but we won't.
It's not physical, it's mental as well.
Kill you all.
I think one of the reasons, again, maybe I'm wrong about this, I think one of the reasons why men try not to get emotionally and mentally mean to each other is because we know that's what women generally do. And there's an unwritten rule that we don't want to go down the route that women do because we know how cringy it is. Do you guys agree with that? Mm-mm. I feel that. I genuinely feel that. Like, let's not handle this like a female friendship group would.
No,
that goes through my head.
Because I think we've always been confused on why that happens. So I think we do it unconsciously.
I genuinely think that.
No, I don't think that.
Really?
I think it's just how we are.
In my brain,
It might be birthed from social constructs,
Yeah.
but not. I don't think it's something that majority of men would consider before it. No, I don't know.
Personally, in my head, I'm like, let's not handle this like a group of girls. I'm not trying to be sexist, but come on, we all know, generally speaking, women and men manifest their aggression towards each other in different ways. Men are more likely to get physical, and women are more likely to go for reputation.
Well, men are less likely to sit and talk about it.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Was like,
whereas
brush it under the carpet.
Me, if I'm chatting shit about someone in a certain way, where I'm like angry about them, I'm just preparing what I'm going to say to them. That's the way I like to think about it. I don't like saying something behind someone's back and then not saying it to their face.
Yeah, there's a cooling off period.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a jarring thing. Like I don't want to chat shit about someone unless it's something I'm going to say to someone.
One of the advantages of having an argument over or a disagreement over Messenger is there is a cooling off period. For example, there's been like certain situations where we've had disagreements where I thought to myself, if we were in person right now having the same disagreement, we might have started yelling at each other because it's happened right now. But when it's over messages, you can just put your phone away and just go.
I'm more angry of the messages because I always think there's like another meaning to them. Like, oh,
yeah,
they're fucking, oh, like that, yeah. And then like it'd be like, and then they'll just send like a GIF after. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay then.
Especially when you don't know people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to judge because you're trying to read through all of the different contexts that they're switching through, and you're like, I don't know you well enough to understand you in this situation.
Especially in a group chat where there's certain people in the group chat that you don't necessarily know as well.
There's others.
As other people.
So this one guy go on a run about his friends saying he's snarky over text, and he's like, he doesn't really understand it, yeah? He's quite a young guy as well. He's like, I don't understand it. He's like, I sent an okay with the thumbs up, and my mate's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. okay, like thumbs up. They're like,
thumbs
why'd
up
you
is
put in the
snarky.
thumbs up? He's like, I don't know. If I'm walking down the street and I see someone, I'll go, you alright? Hey, how's it going? So I thought I put okay, and now I'm a cunt.
Thumbs up in a message is snarky, 100%.
It's snarky.
Yeah.
Why? But why is it snarky? Like, yeah, it's like someone going, yeah,
Living conditions.
yeah.
That's how you see it.
But why?
Well,
Why
then,
is it
mate-
only seen? Why is it mostly seen like that?
I have
Like-
no idea.
Like if you got sent
like non-verbal
okay, like just okay, and then
I do that though. My mum does that to me.
I mean,
But I don't look at it like that.
look
Mums, I
at it
give a
like that.
pass because you feel like they don't know better. Like when you feel like everyone else knows the rules, and you feel like they should know the rules
But
about
it's
the
okay
okay.
to do the
That's
Yeah.
it. No, that's not. I
the-
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I
but
don't
that's a
know.
little
It's
bit
apparently
like.
this is
No, I think that's like a, like, especially if it's something good. I'm like
You know what GIF gets me?
context.
You know the
Yeah.
GIF that Waka Flocka, whatever his name is, and it's like,
That's one of my favorite gifs.
oh my
I
god,
love that gif so much.
I would say, you know, Kazim
Yeah.
Jamal. Shout out Kazim Jamal, great comedian. When I first met him, right, and I joined like the group chat, the comedians group chat, he would send literally whatever I said. I'd be like, looking forward to the show tonight. He'd just be like, okay. And I told him recently, I was like, it used to like have me.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
knew. I would be fuming in my house, just like, oh, I hate that fucking GIF. Because it makes you feel like you just said something.
I do
just
it
like,
to Tyler all the time in our chat all the time. I know it would drive him nuts. I love that gif so much.
I hate that GIF. I hate that. Do you know which GIF we're talking about? It's so patronising. Especially when you thought you had a good one. And it was just like, okay.
It's like a trump card.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It just silences everyone.
Sensational.
What's another bro code?
Man code.
Man code.
Man code, bro code,
What are
whatever.
man codes? If your friend does it, you have to do it as well
That is a man code.
in certain situations.
Such as?
If your mate just broke up with their girl and was like, I need you to come on a night out with me, as a man code, you have to go.
Here's a man code. That's one.
That's like something you have to, that's like, for me, that's one of those things is like, I got to drop some responsibility today
Yeah.
to sacrifice for this moment. That's like, they need to feel good. I need to, yeah.
Here's an interesting man code that not all men abide by. You can talk about a man's dad, you can talk about a man's brother, you can talk about just a man in general, but you don't bring mums into it.
Yeah.
For some reason, mums are off topic.
Yeah.
You can't. That's a man code right there. Like,
Yeah.
I will cuss basically everyone in your family other than your mum.
To be fair though, with one friend, we boyage off each other's mums. But
you have
that's
that
just because
relationship,
that's
though.
just me. Yeah, that's just me and him.
You have that
It's
relationship.
just me and him.
You know what me and
But we'll go back. But it's because to the point. It's like it's so out there that it doesn't matter.
You know what me and Shahi do? Shahi's a friend of ours. Shout out to Shahi. There's a lot of shout outs today. So we'd say a lot of terrible things to each other, right? And we both kind of spoke about like we don't bring mums into it, but every now and then I'll just go, oh, so like, how's your mum doing, man? They were like, yeah, good. How's your mum doing? Yeah, she's good. She's all good, and just kind of like tread on the line a little bit to see if anyone will actually say anything.
Was she good? Yeah.
she's
Say no.
good.
Yeah, no, calm.
She's
Still
good.
say hello. Yeah.
But some guys, you know what I find weird about some guys? You know when you just don't know someone well enough yet, and they just come with the banter too quickly, and it's like, okay,
You're like, relax.
Yeah.
Is it? Calm down. Who the fuck is that guy?
like we have a friend called Sorosh. When I met him, never spoke
Shout
to
out
him. Shout out Sorosh. I hadn't even spoken to him properly yet, and he was like, "You look like a pussy," and I was like,
Did he say that to you?
"Yeah."
Sorosh is wild sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not.
He looked
met
at me and
this
was like, "You
side
look
of
like a
this
pussy."
guy.
I love Sorosh.
But I haven't seen this side of him. I just felt this. I literally.
He
The way
shouted it in front of everyone.
The light I see
In the
him
shisha
in
lounge.
is so different.
Yeah.
I see him as this respectable gentleman.
I am the alpha.
Yeah. And I was working in the lounge at the time, and I was holding the shisha that I was bringing to their table, and I was like,
you
He just alphaed you. He just alphaed you.
carrying a shisha to someone's table, you look like a pussy. Because when you're holding the shisha, it's about 3/5 of your whole height.
You know, when I was a waiter, right?
Yeah.
Providing good customer service sometimes made me feel like less of a man.
Why?
Because I felt like, why am I bending over backwards to make your day happier?
Where you worked, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because of where you worked.
Yeah.
Like at Waitrose, I hated it.
Yeah, because they're all rich, entitled, not necessarily
To
rich.
be fair,
but
some people were really nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that applies to just a specific job. I think that applies to any job.
No, not really. Honestly, I see some people when I go certain places that like
Except for charity.
when you're giving. Sorry.
Except for charity work or NGOs, I think it doesn't apply there.
Maybe. But it's
Go
like
on,
if
go
you're
on.
going to spend your money for a service, like a restaurant or something like that, and someone is actually super nice and it actually cares about your experience there, bro, it's so appreciated. You know, like if you're that person that made their experience good, it's a good feeling.
True. Agreed.
It's a good feeling.
I don't know. I never enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that's because of where you worked. Everyone was a snob.
I think that just it
Especially if you're
applies to everything. Everything that we do, everything that at least I do anyway, I try and do that. I take that exact philosophy and try and implement it.
I think it's if you don't care about your job, it's annoying. But if you're like, for example, when we do our comedy nights, obviously we really care because
but it's also where it's appreciated. Like if you're giving it and you've given someone a good time, you can feel the appreciation. Where you worked, they're already paying up to how much for a membership just to go to that coffee shop you worked at, and then having to spend more.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's a fucking inconvenience for them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be dicks. Like someone handed you rubbish in your hand once, no?
Yeah, and called me a little bin man.
Yeah, why are you going to be, at this point, what are you going to do?
What?
Someone put their kids' rubbish in my hand at work and said, "Oh, you're like a little bin man." So I charged her £9 for a coffee without her knowing. Payback.
That £9 meant nothing to her.
No, nothing. But it meant something to me.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
You know how rude that is?
I'd hate people if they'd like...
You would have punched her.
No, I wouldn't have punched her.
Verbally.
I don't know what.
I've been like, oh, can you hold it?
I just took it.
I would have just... No, I would not take
like
that.
a pussy.
I wouldn't have taken that. I've had someone racist at work before.
What they call you?
There was definitely something wrong with them, innit? Yeah, they had some kind of difficulty, but they came up and they were like, "Oh, what's your name?" I go, "Oh, I'm Ali." They go, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Iraqi and Russian." And they go, "You're not a terrorist, are you?"
Oh,
and then just continued like talking about like the meats. And
anyway,
just,
smoked salmon.
yeah, it's just like so like the fillets that, and I'm just like,
What just happened?
yeah, I've never had like anything, like all the racist comments I've ever had has been from friends taking the piss and I'll throw it back and they throw it back and it's shit like that.
Back and
like
forth.
the worst things you could like say. But then this was like, I was so confused. Never had anything like that. I just walked off. I walked to the back and
Was it a man? Was it a gentleman or was it a
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just walked to the back. I had a glass of water. I was just like, I was fucking pissed off. And then like the to be fair, they were handling it really well there, because the staff came, like the head came. He was like, "Do you want us to kick her out?" And I was like, "Bro, she just didn't know what she was saying. You kicking her out isn't gonna do anything. Like, just let her fucking go about her day. There's clearly something like that was wrong. Like she had some kind of difficulty." It's bad. I was proper weird. I don't know, it was weird for me. I've never had anything like that ever in my life. Yeah.
You've never had aggressive racism?
No. Have you?
Yeah, loads of times. Especially in school. It was flying left, right and centre.
But a lot of people don't really realise where I'm from, so...
And you're also being bigger, so I think people think twice.
Maybe.
Almost certainly.
I've never had aggressive racism.
Really? Oh, you guys missed out, man.
That's not really aggressive racism though, is it?
Well, that wasn't aggressive racism.
No.
I've been called like a dirty...
Oh,
I
yeah,
got called
yeah,
I got
dirty
called
this,
a
go back to your own... You've never had that?
No.
Oh, I got it. I got so numb to it in school. I just like,
That's because you were a bastard in school though.
No, I didn't. No, bro, it was cold.
But how? Why?
Because they were just racist. They were just racist little kids.
But
They got it from their parents, obviously.
In man code, you see one of your boys getting fucked up, are you jumping in?
You have to. Of course you do. What? Of course you do.
You wait, you just watch. You just watch it.
Watch me get
You just
battered.
watch it. You just watch it happen.
No.
He just tried to diffuse this. Guys, can we talk about this, please?
I wouldn't. First and foremost, I would never find myself in a situation like that. But am I gonna?
What if people are starting on your mate like for no reason? And
Yeah, I'm getting involved. I'm getting involved, but I'm not throwing a punch
Why?
because I have
What if they
too.
start
I have too
throwing bangs
much
at you?
riding on my life for me to be hit with some sort of GBH or something for me to throw my life away. Am I going to protect the individual that I'm there with, my friend? Absolutely.
You know,
But am I going to sit there and throw punches left, right, and centre when I know I can get battered? No.
to be honest,
However,
You have
I
to
say
scope
this
the
now, and I've
situation.
never been in a fight.
you are probably safer fighting a professional fighter in the street than you are fighting someone who doesn't.
That's probably true.
Because they'll
That is
just
true.
quickly put you safely to sleep,
Done.
Yeah.
You're out.
and you'll wake up and you'll be like, "You're
You
right, mate.
wake
What
up
just
and
happened?
they'll be like, "Listen, I choked you out. Yeah,
Everything's okay."
you okay? Breathe." They're gonna walk you through it, and you'll probably be pals after.
Yeah.
That's man code as
Yes.
well. You have a fight with someone, I'd say 70% of the time you're probably gonna be friends with them after.
I
You
always.
have to
I
get it out
always
of
That's
your
true.
system. You have to get it out of your system.
It's like a when
It's
you.
like a diffuser.
It's such a.
Maybe that's why we're all such good friends because we did the boxing at Muhsin's. And everyone.
that's not a real fight.
I
Oh,
didn't,
okay.
No.
I didn't
it's like,
box you.
it's
You
like-
would have been dead.
But it's like normal things back in the day. You have a disagreement with your pal, you're proper fighting, you go and scuff it out. You just go and have a scuff. No drops to the floor, yeah? You're having a proper fight if you have a disagreement with your friend. You
Especially
sleep it
fighting
out,
with your
yeah.
siblings. Fighting with your siblings, that's
system.
not really bro code, but
No, but if you're fighting with your siblings,
there is a rule.
there are
No
rules.
bangs to the face, it's to the body.
Yep. No.
body.
No leg kicks. Because leg kicks anywhere above here, you're taking a beating. That's the rule that we had. And
would do
also,
leg kicks.
there was also a 1 minute cooling off period, which has obviously
Wow,
turned
this
into
is so
more.
civilized.
No, so afterwards, it was like obviously you get het up in the moment, but that we always agreed it's between 1 and 5 minutes. I think it's like 5 minutes now, but there's always like you snap out of it after a minute. Are we good? We're good. Okay.
When me and my brother would fight, as soon as I started losing, I would call off the fight.
Your brother's bigger
I'll
than you.
put it
It's
out
so
there.
much
My
bigger than
Samir
you.
can put me in a headlock, and he's almost suffocated me twice.
Really?
Yep, hands down. There's even photographic evidence.
When
of
me
it.
and my sister were small, we were like the same build at some point in time. We'd fight, like we'd proper fight. Like one of us would be on top of each other, like kneeing. Yeah, I remember it, like very, very faintly. But we'd
won?
actually fight. Bro, it was equal. We were like she was
Different
older than
ages,
me.
yeah.
We were different ages, but like we were like, obviously we were like the same. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember
So she wasn't strong. I wasn't stronger because I was a boy. No.
Samira just sits on me, and I'm just like, yeah.
You see,
He's
this is
similar
what,
ages though. And he must have been bigger than
this
you.
is what perplexes me, right? If Samir can nearly choke you out,
Yeah.
what do you think I would do to you?
I don't care. I'm gonna smash you.
You're going to die.
I have 2 pairs of boxing gloves in my car.
You wanna
Can
try?
I just get my back fixed?
Actually, no, I might have dropped the other one. Anyway.
I've got some lying around the house somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually, well, sort of separate note.
He's getting excited.
Separate note. Separate note. I actually walked into I think it was some MMA store somewhere the other day.
What am I doing here?
And when I was, not the other day, but when I was looking to buy you that, I was actually going to buy you MMA gloves.
I've got MMA gloves.
Oh,
so
okay.
good you didn't.
Okay.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you would have had 2 and I could have fucked you up.
Viraj, I would rearrange you. I'd let you choose how you're going to lose.
That's the thing with Muhsin. If I don't win in the first 2 rounds, I'm going to lose.
Come here, baby.
I don't care. I don't care how you look at me. I don't care if you don't blink. Yeah? I have a mental advantage over you.
Why?
Habibi,
Psychological warfare.
Why do you have a mental what in a fight?
don't worry. You're being conditioned. This is a long play.
You think I'm gonna come out too aggressive and you're gonna catch me coming in, are you?
if you'd done a couple months of training, you could have a fighting chance. You got lanky arms.
I'll just bang him in the face.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna.
All right, can we set a date then? Can we set a date?
Yes,
for this?
please. Okay. I won't train at all.
August.
Yeah. I don't have
August?
to. I don't have to train at all. I've got years of a head
You're just
start.
not going to train. You're going to Floyd it.
Yeah, I could just. No offense, but a guy who's never done boxing before or any combat sport, right? I can just walk forward. Because you're not going to hit me hard enough because I've been hit by professional boxers. And if I can take that, I can definitely take someone who's not trained before. I'll just have a whole guard and let you punch my arms a little bit, put you in a corner, and then
Go to town.
go to town.
Maybe I've talked to
You don't,
Big
yeah,
Game.
you
I'm actually getting
don't,
quite
you don't
scared.
weigh enough. He has the advantage. He's a problem because he weighs a lot, but I weigh more than you. So that's another disadvantage.
And
weight is a big factor. You
I'm
really feel weight.
relatively okay.
Yes.
I can punch.
Yeah.
Not for long. So I have to get him early or else I'm fucked.
It's hard to walk him down because if he hits my gloves, I'll still feel that because of the weight discrepancy. But you won't be able to do anything to make me take a back step.
So he could actually eat up your punches. I'm not gonna lie. In a block, he'll eat up your punches.
I'll just be like, okay, yeah, tap me here. You'll probably hurt your hands.
He's got good reflex.
You will probably forget one thing. You'll probably forget to do, and I'm not trying to be silly about this. There's a lot of things that when people start.
Last week of August, this is happening now.
Yeah.
It's happening.
This is a thing that a lot of people forget to do when they're learning how to box. You will probably forget to clench your fist and hurt your hand. That's a very common injury because you want to be quick, and your brain won't register. You won't have the muscle memory to do this. And because you think because you're wearing a glove,
you end up just
that you're
going
just
like that.
yeah, you're gonna hurt your. I did it all the time when I first started when I was a kid.
Interesting.
When I was 9, when I started.
9.
9. I'm now 25. When I started, when I was 9.
How long have you stopped?
I mean, I still box weekly.
Wait, your punching bag weighs how much?
I don't know how much my punching bag weighs.
Probably weighs the same amount as me.
Probably more.
Oh fuck, I'm fucked.
Do you want to do MMA?
No, fuck off. I've got a guy you could fight MMA though.
Or does he do MMA?
Yep.
And he'll
You
probably
could-
win.
you
He'll
could
probably
fucking
win.
up.
He's just started. So he's been in the MMA scene for wrestling and jiu-jitsu for at least 3 to 4 months now.
Do some training.
But he is Ali's weight.
Then he'll win. He'll win. He'll just if he gets me down, I'm not
clobber
getting
him.
up. Yeah.
He will clobber
Yeah.
him.
If he gets on top of me, I'm not getting up. I don't have enough jiu-jitsu experience to get out of that.
Muhsin's fucked.
Yeah.
In
he'll just
every
sit on
single
me.
way possible.
If he gets on top of me,
I'm tapping him in.
Yeah, like
If he gets on
even
top of me-
if it was just boxing, Muhsin might have a chance. But if this guy literally
Sits on
steps
me.
in, spins, elbows him, done.
You know what's an interesting thing about that, right? Because I don't have jiu-jitsu experience or wrestling experience, if he just sits on me, I'm fucked, right? But like a guy who's been doing it for a couple of years, that weight discrepancy will go out the window because he'll have enough skill to use that guy's weight against him.
Can I just say, if you don't know, I hate fighting, like first and foremost.
I love it.
Like I love watching it. I hate doing it.
Have you sparred
'Cause I-
someone before though?
Never.
It's quite fun when your adrenaline's going and you get hit. It's
No, I
just
have been
fun.
hit. Obviously, like me and my brother used to fight with gloves on, but I've never been in a proper fight ever in my life. Like I think that's the first time I've ever said it.
I'm
out
not
loud.
It's not that fun, really.
I
Like, a
shouldn't be
proper
the
fight
place to
isn't that
start.
fun. Shall I train you to fight Muhsin? It won't be the
don't
best
want
of
to
training,
die.
but
I
it
don't
will be
want to
fun.
die. I want to not have my guts rearranged.
What happened
not
10
gonna
minutes ago? 10 minutes ago, you
I'm
were
not gonna
saying,
fuck you, Viraj.
You're an mental. I'm psychological. It's psychological. He's fucked you psychologically now.
Yeah, yes. God,
To be honest, like
Get that back.
With
Get
box-
back to it.
By the way, I'm talking a big game, right? But
Nah.
there's levels to this shit, right? Got people who are training to be professional boxers will hurt me.
Yeah.
Yes, like for example, Adam Hamed, he'll
In 10 seconds,
Yeah.
he'll kill you.
yeah, if he wanted to, he could.
This guy
yeah.
ruined my. I did one round with him, and I couldn't move my arm for 10 minutes. I genuinely, my arm was finished. We were just doing body shot. He fucked my arm up.
He did that
so
by hitting
badly.
you.
He just kept it. He saw.
my body
he
does
saw,
that to me in the morning.
He saw that. He saw that. Like as soon as he saw that he could just get my left, I didn't know how to just step out the way with the fucking like crosses on hooks to my left arm. I couldn't jab anymore.
I remember the first time we sparred. He caught me with a straight left to the chest.
Yeah.
And I went,
Left to the chin.
oh, interesting. I felt that in my toes. It's different.
I don't know if I can.
Some people are natural. Some people have natural
Such a
power.
big game, and now I'm screwed.
When I hold pads for my brother, one because he's quite a heavy dude. After I hold pads for him, my hands are going like that,
Really?
shaking.
Is that powerful?
Yeah, well, he's big one, and he hits hard naturally anyway. So he's weighs a lot, and he's naturally a heavy-handed guy. My hands go like that after holding pads for
I
him.
think I have a very hefty right hook. Very power.
I don't hit that hard,
Power right hook.
relatively.
When I came to the boxing session at uni, we did just a little sparring in between. Yeah.
Who?
Like, see, when you just switch partners and just do a bit of sparring. I did it with you for the first time, and then like the first few punches, you just looked at me and was like, "Yeah, you're very powerful."
It's very jarring when you spar someone who weighs so much more than you, because every punch is a burden, because it's like
every single punch could have knocked you out.
Yes, it doesn't necessarily hurt. It just takes you out your rhythm, because you're thinking about the power. Do you see what I'm saying?
Like if someone your weight, you could be taking the shots, but you're not knocked off your foot.
You can continue if you can't get past someone. So you can't if you can walk through someone's power, it's a very easy fight. Like if you're catching the things and you're like, this doesn't bother me one bit, it's very easy. Like that's what made Golovkin. You know who Golovkin is?
Triple G.
Yeah, one of the things that made Golovkin so special is he could just take people's power, because one, he would block most of it on his gloves. He was very good at cornering people in the ring. There's a big difference between cutting a ring off and just following someone around the ring. It's an art form. It's very much an art form. I don't know how any of this relates to man code or bro code, by the way.
Fights.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, so...
Are you backing your bedroom?
Yes, of course.
Are you backing your bedroom?
Yeah,
You have to. You have to.
I've backed my brethren.
This is true. When he decided to go on his warpath, and
I was ready for him. I was ready for it until I realised it was all his fault. And I'm not just going to fight for no reason. I had to figure out what was going on first. Yeah, and that's one thing. So I'm not just going to... Is if I start throwing bangs at drunk people getting hurt.
what's another man code?
Don't shit on your man code. You shouldn't shit on your boys' aspirations. That's a man code.
Yeah.
Guys who do that are the worst. You know, the people who just find something negative out of everything. Like, for example, let's say I wanted to be a fucking... I don't know. I was like, oh, guys, like... Obviously, it's very different. But let's say I was like... When I first started comedy, I was like, oh, I want to get into comedy. And you were like, don't do that. You're going to make yourself look like an idiot.
Yeah, so
That's
do it.
such a wet attitude to have.
No one came to a second show except for me.
I wasn't in the country.
Yeah, you went in the country.
Thank
It's
you.
all right.
I have
You're
excuse.
I didn't even know you.
It's true. This is true.
That's your excuse. I didn't know you.
No, I wasn't in the country. I would have been there.
Probably would have, to be fair.
He had like 20 people rock up to the first one. The second one, I was like, where is everyone? When they come in? And he's like, they're not there. They're not coming.
Yeah, people who just find things to the negative in things.
Weird.
It's so weird.
So weird.
Oh, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Why would you want to do that? That's weird. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, do you think anyone wants to listen to you? Blah, 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 blah. Such a wet attitude to have.
That's weird.
Carry on.
Brother,
working.
like, he didn't do that to me the other day. We were talking about the subscription model for 1 Minute Smoke, and he was like, "You're not Netflix," and I was like, "Don't do that. Don't talk to me like that. We're not Netflix, but we're going down that path."
Amazon started in the spare room.
Yeah, but it was like I don't need that. We're not Netflix thing. I don't need that. Just give me some positivity. Give me a good idea here. If it doesn't look right, tell me why it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't, like you said, shit on it and be like,
Constructive
don't.
criticism is
Constructive
different.
criticism. Be like, okay, you do this differently.
Another man code thing, when your friend tries to tell you about their problems and you just turn around and tell them about a problem that you think you're having that's bigger than their problem. Oh,
See, now I've cut. See with
it's the worst.
I've clocked with with fucking ADHD. I always try to like automatically say something that is quite similar when it's something wrong, because my brain goes automatically to, this is something similar. And I didn't know that, because I always felt, and then after I'm like, why the fuck did I just...
That's interesting. Get out.
Why did I say it? It's like, wow, no, why did I say that? It makes sense now. But yeah, it's like, it just jumps to trying to find something relatable with it. And I didn't know that.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
But it's like when you say,
but it's different when you're moping about it. It's like, oh yeah, well, I had to go through this and this and this. Like,
where it's like an extreme example is like, oh, my cat died, and then someone turns around to you and says, my nan died. It's like,
that's sad as well. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about this at the moment. Like, those people are the worst. Or when you give someone good news and they just want to up your good news.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good that
Or
happened
they
to you.
shit on your good news.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm happy for you. I'm really... whether you are or you aren't, just... if you've got nothing bad to say, don't say it.
You're like, oh,
If you've got something bad to say, don't say it either.
Oh, I'm starting a business. Oh, a bit risky. Let's start with, oh, congrats, man, first.
And then be like, right, what? Look at the climate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twats.
There's a lot of people in the world like that. I'm sure I've done
So
it.
many.
I've done it at times as well. And it's not a situation where we are all above everything that we've just said. I'm sure we've all done it at some point, unconsciously or consciously. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of like, we just got to be better.
Catching yourself.
Yeah, catching yourself. I do remember the moments when it hurt, because you always remember the moments when it hurt. When someone shits on your dream and you're like, this has got legs. I don't need this from you.
It happened to me with like the PhD stuff or the comedy stuff with older family members who don't really get it. Mm. They'll be like, oh, like, how much money you get for that?
That's older generations, isn't it? They have got a very fixated thing. It's like, get job, get house, sit in
Different
house.
time.
And just sit in house.
Different time.
Sit in house, go park on day off, come back to house.
Like the time, like my mum does it by accident. I told my mum that I've been doing like unpaid gigs to build up my experience in comedy, and she called me a volunteer comedian. Do you know how cold that is? It's hilarious.
Came through, just...
She was like, oh, so you're a volunteer comedian? And I was like,
Your mum's brain goes to interesting places.
I literally died a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Cold, innit?
That's fucking cold.
Yeah. Volunteer comedian.
What did you say back?
Feel like a dickhead.
I kind of just laughed. I was like, and then...
Yeah, you're speechless. It's like this.
I started trying to defend myself, and I was like, no, don't defend yourself, because you know you're not a volunteer comedian. So I just left it. Because I thought if I start defending myself now, then I'm just proving her point.
Did any of that change? Sorry, we're going off on a tangent, but did any of that change when she came to your show?
This was recent.
Oh, fuck.
This happened a month ago.
Oh, shit. I thought we were talking about when you started off.
No. This was recent, bro.
As if you haven't got your own comedy show.
Are you okay?
Is everything all right?
It's just a bit stressful. You know, I was gobsmacked. It's a joke in my set now, and people laugh their ass off at it. Like I turned it into a bit.
Yeah, but that's just you, isn't it? That's just you comics. But
that joke gets an applause break now, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking real. The best jokes come out of real stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Has your mum heard that joke?
She hasn't heard it, but I told her I turned it into a bit. And she was like, I didn't mean it like that. And I was like, no, you said it.
You said it. You said it.
It's happening.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. A volunteer comedian.
That's nuts.
It's cold because comedy involves a lot of just giving your energy, your time, your heart on stage.
Anything.
And then to be called a volunteer of it.
Do you know how many pictures I've done for people for free? I've taken so many.
You were a volunteer photographer.
I was a volunteer photographer for about 2 years.
I'm a volunteer YouTuber. I'm a volunteer businessman at this rate.
Volunteering. We're all volunteering.
I'm a volunteer entrepreneur.
The things we like. It's
I'm a volunteer boyfriend.
Do you get paid for it?
Oh, God.
Manco's weird. When you actually break it down and break down the stuff we're talking about, it's like, who wrote this code?
Yeah.
It's just,
And like, why is it just given?
enough things have... enough people have been in similar situations for us to have kind of worked out what's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Another one. When you're walking past someone
Yeah.
and you know they nod at you, it's obligatory to nod back.
Yeah.
Man code.
All right.
Is there a difference between a nod down and a nod up?
Is there?
I feel like a nod down is someone you know but you don't really talk to, but a nod up is like, yo. A nod down is like,
oh, you thought about
right.
this. You thought about this.
because it's happened so many times. I just walk past people and just like, and I've clocked like if I don't really talk to them as much, it's like a.
Yeah.
Because you go, what's up? Not, what's good?
If you go and say, yes, you don't go. Do you know what I mean?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, you go up to someone, you're like, if you say, oh, yo.
Yeah, because it was like, what's up? What's good?
Man code.
Is there a difference?
There, I think nod down is I don't know you. Nod up is I do know you.
But I think it happens, so intertwined.
Man code. If I introduce you to my missus or anyone, and you greet them in a respectful manner. You don't hug them with your hand basically on their ass. Kiss them really. First of all, it's assault, right? Yeah. Or
True,
like
yes.
Or like hold them for too long.
Handshake.
Yeah.
Traditional Arab, the Arab three.
I'd be happy with just hands by your side and just nod.
You bow at my girlfriend.
Bow?
You all bow.
Treat her exactly how you would treat her if she was wearing a hijab. That's how I want you to treat my missus.
Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem when other people hug your?
Nah, I don't. It depends on the hug. If your hand
To an
is
extent-
basically on her butt, then yeah, I have a problem.
I don't know how your hand ever gets that low. It's just uncomfortable.
If you hug her and then hold her while talking to her and start whispering stuff in her ear, oh God.
If you need to talk and you're whispering, you don't need to hold.
Yeah.
Okay, I have done that to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I've never whispered stuff in her ear. But I do it from like an arm's end. My arms are locked out.
Just playing with her hair.
No, I don't do that. I go, hi, how are you? It's great to see you. And then I let go.
I remember once you said something like you complimented her looks in front of me, but you got really intense about it. You were like, you got such stunning features or something like that. And I'm just sat right next to you like...
See, I wasn't doing anything. You know I wasn't.
Muhsin just said, do you guys want me to leave you two alone?
I think she even said about it. She was like, oh, Viraj is like very like forward. And I'm like, it's Viraj. Don't take it personally.
We've tried to tame him. It's not working.
He doesn't
It's
understand.
This is what it is now.
He's just lowering morale.
Is the side note? Actually, I'll just say after.
No, go on, say it with chest.
No, I'll say off.
Okay.
Nothing to do with it.
I have done that to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But it was, you know.
I
I'm not doing
know.
anything. Thank you very much.
You're just a pervert. It's fine. Viraj is going to catch so many cases and not have a clue why.
No idea.
The way you gave it back to him, and I'm like, hold on a minute, mate. Man code, you passed the shisha the right way round. What else is there?
Man code.
Man code. When you go out as couples, do the guys only pay for the bill?
Depends how poor you are.
Card roulette.
What's that? I know that.
That's a rich people thing.
That's what rich people think. That's when they don't care.
That's when everyone at the table has a lot of money and it's fun.
I've never played card.
Oh, I guessed it. I got
Who's
the
paying
short straw
£800 for this
when
dinner?
when you get the short straw like 6 times in a row,
Yeah.
you're just like, guys, I can't
do
play
this.
this game
I
anymore.
can't do this. This is not fair.
I've seen Anthony Joshua and his boys play it, right? And in my head I'm thinking, you all must know how much money AJ has in his bank account. Why are you not playing this game? Just let him crack on. All right, here's an interesting thing, right? Let's say one of us became a multi-millionaire, right? Let's say Viraj had a net worth of 20 million because he sold a company or something, right? And we're still just doing okay. Would you kind of like...
Only 20 mil?
I'm just throwing a number out there, right?
Starting point.
Let's just say...
First one.
The first one.
We're at a restaurant. Would you kind of just be like, he's got this, surely he's got
I
this.
wouldn't have a shame because he's my friend.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a shame.
I wouldn't have a shame. It depends what it is.
As soon as the bill come, I'd be like, let's not play, like, you can afford.
No, actually, to be fair, if it was my idea and then I went, oh, no, that's a dickhead thing. If we've gone out somewhere because Viraj really wants to eat there, and then we're like,
No qualms, no qualms.
And then it's like, yeah.
But the thing, I think the thing in this situation is, I expect every single person to bring their card out, to be ready.
To pretend.
No, not to pretend. To be willing. I'm not talking about a stupid bill. Let's say it's like what? There's 5 of us, and we go out for a meal that ends up costing what? 200 quid.
I'll probably tell you beforehand.
Yeah,
agreed.
Agreed.
I can't afford this.
Agreed. But let's say
so
you can
I'm
afford
not
it.
gonna
Let's say you can afford it. Let's say it ends up being like 40 quid a head, right? I would expect every single person to bring out their card, and then for me to be like, okay, cool, right, no
Yeah,
carbs.
no, absolutely.
And if I've invited, this is the way we do it in our household. If I invite my mum, my dad, my brother out, I'm paying for it. If they invite me out, they're paying for it. That's the way we do this stuff now.
I took my dad out for dinner once and I paid without him knowing, and he got aggressively angry.
Really?
Yeah.
It was love though. It was love.
He was like, don't ever do that again.
Or maybe it like ruined his manhood.
I don't know, it was
Like
just-
maybe he felt like you're stepping on his toes
It
actually.
was kind of wound up. I was like, why are you paying for it? You think I've been doing it your entire life and now we're going to stop? And I was like, I thought I was doing something nice.
Foreign
Really
parents.
interesting.
Foreign parents. Yeah, like
My parents don't do that.
if it was your idea and I was like, gee, I can't, you know me anyway, I'm gonna be like, I'm not going here. Why am I gonna go? I can't afford it. And I don't really like being the person to be like, I don't like it. I don't like people thinking I'm expecting something. But if you've gone out and been like, Ali, please can we go here? Please can we go here? And you're a fucking multi-millionaire and you want to take me somewhere, I'm gonna be like, Viraj, you took me here.
Yeah.
You fucking get this. I love you to bits. I'm not gonna.
It was like I think a couple of months ago.
What's the point of me faking to pull out my card? It's not genuine.
I think we were in the car and I was like, Ali, we're going for steak, and you were like, I can't do this today. I'm going somewhere else. And if we had gone, I was fully ready to just be like, right, it's all good.
Yeah, but that's
Because I knew you love it, and I also knew that I wanted to go as well, and I was like, right, we're cool, we're going.
Lovely, but you know, like I can't. It makes me so uncomfortable. Bruv, you should have. You know, when I went, someone paid for like a steak meal for me. Yeah, it was like such a smooth experience. It was nothing for them. Yeah, I felt like, and it was so nice. But like, I don't know what it is. I think it's something birthed in me from quite early on. That it's like
I've got the same thing.
not to take money and shit like that. It's like if I can't afford it, I just won't go. Simple as that.
What about you?
You know what I think is a little bit like inconsiderate sometimes people do, right? If you know, like if you clearly know that some of your friends are struggling financially and you decide for your birthday that you want to go to one of the most expensive restaurants in England, you like read the room a little bit. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't think he does this.
That was
No, he
actually
doesn't do this.
That was going to my head. When he said it, I was like,
No, he doesn't do
I was
that.
like,
He hasn't done that.
whoa, okay.
No, but I've seen it happen.
Have you?
Yeah. I've seen it. I've been in it at
seen
uni,
it happen
like at
as
uni,
well.
where someone's like, "Oh, should we go to this restaurant?" It's like, you know.
Do you remember when Peter done? He said this to me. It was like, he thought it was ridiculous after, but it was like he did like a birthday in London. And he was like, oh, the people that came, actually made an effort, and he was like, he sees it as like a big deal. It's like, bro, it's really not that deep. Some people just don't. Like you can't.
Some people,
Why would people?
their card would get rejected trying to get on the train. That's how broke some people are, especially when they're at university.
It's like you can't sacrifice them having toast in the morning.
Exactly. Or they're having to worry about their rent because some people, let's say their rent costs 500 at uni, right?
Yeah.
Which was what it was roughly at our time.
Yeah.
And you want to go out for a dinner that costs 200 and they're broke. That makes no sense.
Ridiculous.
No
That's why,
sense.
especially a lot of times in undergrad,
Just go to McDonald's. Everyone will have
my
better
group
time.
of friends they'd go out to London all the time, and consistently tell me, Ali, it's fine. Like, don't worry about anything. But see, when it's just like little things, I can't do the little things. I can't just get the Uber, even though they're spending money on a table. Like that's such a small fraction. I can't get the £50 Uber into London.
And now
that's ridiculous for me.
At the restaurant, you're ordering less just to feel polite.
I hate it going out and then we order less and then was like, should we split the bill? And I'm like, nope. No, I ordered this specifically so to keep within my budget.
Do you remember when we went out for dinner for Tyler's graduation with his parents, right? I knew they weren't going to let us pay.
But we bought our cards anyway.
Yeah, you have to.
He was like to me,
that's what I mean, you have to be ready to pay.
He looked at me and was like, get your card ready. And I'm like, I'm already there.
We have to.
Well, actually, no, we got there first, didn't we? We got there first and we both said to each other, like, we're paying our way if we can.
But I knew they weren't going to. So, like...
The argument is the respect.
Yeah, like, they got steaks and in my head I was thinking, if I was paying for myself, I would probably get a steak. But I knew damn well they weren't going to let me pay.
Yeah,
so I got a bolognese or something. Do you know what I mean?
See those little things, for me, that's like, got raised right.
Yeah,
like
parenting.
Them little things, those little things.
It's like
if someone's offering, don't take a lot.
It's like, you know, when you went to your mate's house as a kid and your mum would give you the rule talk, like make sure you say thank you, make sure you say thank you when you're leaving, don't ask for anything. I'd get some kids, obviously, like, you know when you have friends who are kids, most were all right, but there were some who were just like, I remember even as a kid thinking, bro, this ain't your house.
Yeah, so bro, you need to calm down.
I felt like that when I first started coming to yours. I was like, how do I go about this? Because I hadn't been to someone's house for such a long time, and I was like, okay, cool. It's like your mum basically was like, you're at home here. It's okay.
I remember you came round once, and I think you either picked up my niece or my nephew, and they looked at me like, this guy okay? And I looked at him like, he's safe. He won't hurt you.
Right.
Oh my God. I think that's not one of my flaws, but I get homely very, I try to make myself comfortable in that environment very quickly. Here's one I've been thinking about. I'm not sure if it comes under man code or bro code or whatever it is, right? But when you have a group of individuals that you've been friends with for so long, but they are now holding back your life and where you're going to, whether it's through the comments that we talked about, the shitting on your dreams and expectations, whether it's they can't do the things that you're doing now, and now you're financing their lives. Do you have a conversation with them and be like, look, it's not I can't be friends with you. It's that we're in two different worlds now.
That's happened.
You can't finance them. That's different.
Yes, but you know what I'm trying to say though, right?
So it's like if you're reaching a point in your life and like you're helping them out quite a lot.
But to the point it's financially basically paying for everything.
Yeah, you can't live like it. Depends though, because some people they have their
and
you
can't afford that either. And you can't afford that either. And you're like, look, I can't do this, and you're also negatively impacting the way I am trying to operate. I think for me, if I'm ever in that position, I'm like, I move away from that person.
It reminds me of Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
When he starts getting a bit of success with the academia stuff, but all his mates just want to carry on working on the building site. And he feels like he has to do that as well. And they look at him like, what are you doing? You get to leave. Fuck off. Sometimes you do outgrow like your situations.
I don't think cutting ties is the best way forward. If they're
not always.
I think it's definitely like, I don't know. For me, it's such a shame for me to cut ties with people. Like all in all, because they're holding me back. I'm like, no, fuck them. I can't be friends. For me, that isn't like life. Yeah. That's not life for me. I feel like life is about connections and people and being nice and everything like that. I think that's the beauty that we have in life, as opposed to owning things and wanting certain things a certain way. Because you don't want to, for example, there's no point being on an empty yacht. Do you know what I mean? Like what you have your yacht. Who are you going to invite onto it? If it's the people you do business with, you're going to go there talk. You know, I want to. If I have these, if I'm lucky enough to be able to get these things, then I want to call up my fucking old pals and be like, you man, I ain't talked to you in years. Come chill, catch up here. Come, let's catch up here.
Come have an experience.
Yeah, come experience this with me, We might not like. You might say to them,
You broke
You
twice.
you'll naturally lose. There's plenty of people I like barely speak to anymore. If I see them, it's in. The connection's all there. We don't have. I don't feel
It's
like
not.
Yeah.
It's
But,
that Tupac quote.
Yeah, the financial thing, that's different because they. Yeah, I don't think anyone should be relying on anyone anyway.
It's that for me. Sometimes it's that Tupac quote. It's like we're not. I want to see you eat, but we're just not sitting at the same table.
Yeah, but that's different. That's cutting. That's
Yeah, I want you to do well.
That's still
and
cutting ties.
And if I come across, is it? Is
that's
what
still
that is?
cutting ties with people because it's like, but that saying is like, I don't fuck with you doesn't mean you're going to be malicious there because a lot of people.
Oh, is
I
that
don't
how it's
fuck with you.
interpreted?
Yeah, I don't fuck. For me, I think that's how it's interpreted. How do you interpret it? Because for me, it's I don't fuck with you. I'm not gonna be evil to you. I'm not gonna be malicious to you. I just don't want you at my table.
Yeah.
I don't want you here.
Because you're going to hold me back.
My son is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want you here. I
that
still
makes
want
a
you
lot
to
more
do
sense.
well. I don't want to be doing well with you. Don't want you to do well here.
Have you guys watched Kevin Hart's drama that he released on Netflix recently?
No.
It's about a very successful comedian.
It's with the one him playing himself.
He's
right?
playing a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Whose brother is just a piece of shit.
Yeah, I've watched that one.
And just wants to get him in trouble, has a gambling problem, and it starts affecting his career because he keeps having to clean up his brother's messes, and he ends up getting implicated in the
His
mess.
brother's Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've watched.
But then
Great
it's in like a situation like that.
TV show.
Yeah, in a situation like that you're actively trying to help the brother. If you're actively trying to help them, they don't want to be helped.
Put it this
You've got
way.
to see the bigger picture and actually just move on.
Like if you're
It's tough. That's a tough thing you have to do.
if you're an MBA, let's say like you're 18 and you've got a chance of making it in the NBA, right? Let's say, and all your mates just want to like encourage you to come out drinking because they want to benefit off your clout. They are terrible friends.
Yep.
Terrible friends because they're going to ruin your career.
If it ever came to a point where Ali was like, I need to go to the other side of the world to do work, because I know that like I need to go to Dubai because this is where I've got an opportunity here. It needs to go, or you go. I need to move to America because that is where comedy is going to take off for me. Mm-hmm. Without a shadow of doubt, I would be like, why are you still here?
Easy.
Without a shadow of doubt, why are you still talking to me? Get on the plane.
It's funny you say that because I'm moving to Boston.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Go say hi to Dana for me.
I am going to Boston.
Are you?
Yeah. in November.
Good man.
For what?
I really want to try go to like as soon as we get the house thing sorted. I'm going to Dubai. I'm going to try and look for opportunity in Dubai.
Dubai.
Screw this place. One of my friends was telling me for a shoot to like do a introductory campaign for a company. The small agency would have taken 122k. Don't know if that's dirhams or dollars, but
I don't even know what the dirham and dollar are at the moment, but it's not 1 to 1. But
15 dirhams is about 3.3k. I searched the other day. So
15 dirhams is
15,000 dirhams.
15,000 dirhams is 3.
Do you know what dirham means in Turkish?
What?
Wrap. So if you order a wrap, it's a dirham.
Oh, I thought you were about to go. Oh, let's wrap this up because that would have been very good.
We can wrap this up. It's definitely about time.
Yeah, I can
We're
feel your
about-
podcast senses.
Shall I guess? I'm saying an hour and 7 minutes.
An hour and 3 minutes.
Ah.
Off it slightly.
Yeah.
I would have said an hour 10.
Would you?
Yeah.
Interesting. I definitely know we went over the hour mark.
Can I do a quick little promo? It's clever marketing. 1 minute smoke, June
Doing
25th.
stuff, doesn't he?
Be
He's
there.
doing things.
Be there, otherwise I'll come to your house and attack your cat. Ow.
South London, ladies and gentlemen.
Which Viraj loves.
Yeah,